They're making an example out of this. This is never getting out, bro. They told me to take his clothes.
That's the friend who was filming the IRL streamer that ruined his life in Japan by disrespecting the culture for attention on the internet. This streamer spent roughly 1 month testing the limits of Japan for content until he was scared out of Japan and fled for a month. But then his views went downhill massively, and clearly he was desperate to get his numbers back up. So he made the dumbest decision of his life and returned to Japan with the friend that we just saw. And that friend becomes very relevant in today's story, because once they arrived in Japan, they went right back to testing the limits of the Japanese social norms and law. And unfortunately for them, because of how disrespectful they were, the police were building a massive case against them. And because they live streamed every single crime they committed, that made it very easy for police to compile everything against them. So both of these guys ended up getting arrested. Johnny's now facing years in a prison work camp where he has to potentially work to pay off the victims affected by his actions. And his friend was facing a similar but weaker sentence until suddenly he's out of jail. But he's still in Japan and live streaming, and he believes his friend is going to spend a long time behind bars, which raises a lot of questions because one would think if he's out of jail, wouldn't he be thrown out of Japan? Unless maybe he's testifying against his friend in the upcoming court case. Who knows though? That's all speculation. But this is how he opens up the first live stream about the situation Johnny and him got into after being released from jail.
Let's just say it's not good.
He then says his side of the story.
Okay, so here's what happened. The police called me. They had my phone number somehow. And they're like, yo, we need you to come down to the station for questioning. I'm like, okay, chat, I should be fine, right? They only want me for questioning. They're not going to arrest me, right? Me being a dumbass. I said, okay, so let me go ahead to the station. And that's when y'all had seen me start up my stream. I started up my stream and I went outside and I was finna head to the station. Yes, I went like a dumbass. I should have, bro, my mom, I don't even want to say this on live because the police might be watching.
Dude, the police are watching. This is still an active investigation. The trial hasn't even started yet.
Yeah, so they called me up. I went out the hotel and I started walking towards the police station. There's 3 waiting outside. They're not in police outfit. They're in like normal outfits.
And then we had the clip that we covered in my last video on the situation of him being arrested. But then he gives us some information about Johnny.
It's no joke, bro. I can't imagine what Johnny Somali is going through right now. I can't imagine what this is going through. I'm trying to tell you. Oh my God, bro. But I can't imagine what he's stuck in there for so long.
Johnny successfully played himself. He made an entire country hate him while broadcasting himself committing crimes over and over again in this country while saying nothing's gonna happen. Dude, of course they're gonna throw the book at you. The dude literally asked for it, and here we are.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. Every night I'm thinking in the back of my mind, I'm like, bro, these Japanese trying to teach us a lesson. These trying to put us away for life. These is not trying to let us go.
When you realize your actions actually have consequences. But then he explains how prison's like there.
As y'all know, in the Japanese system, they have investigators coming every single day, investigating you for, I think it was around 5-ish to 8-ish hours a day. You get investigated every single day. So y'all can understand how you're getting investigated every single day. You're sleeping on a little thin tatami mat. The tatami mat is probably this thick. You're eating obento boxes. I mean, a little bit of y'all know, somebody probably knows what a bento box is. But a bento box is something like this. It's like a box. It's a food. And it's cold food. It's cold little portion food built for Asian. Americans don't get full off that.
So the question they should be asking themselves is, was all of this worth the views and attention? But he's still in complete denial.
We're going to see what we could have did differently here.
How about you don't trespass? It's not rocket science. Well, let's see the case he makes for himself.
What's up? He's going into the warehouse. Now this is wild. I'm just a cameraman right here.
Let me pause it right there. I'm just a cameraman. Y'all hear what I just said, right? I'm just a cameraman. I didn't do nothing wrong here. I didn't do It's wrong.
Dude, even though you're the cameraman, you're still trespassing. What kind of excuse is this? You can't be an accomplice of a crime and get away without repercussions because you are filming? This just goes to show you that in Johnny's case, if you put garbage energy out in the world will surround you with garbage. It really doesn't seem like his friends are his friends. Because imagine facing like multiple years of a prison work camp and your friends are laughing at you. That's very telling of the people he surrounded himself with.
You just admitted that Johnny is guilty. Johnny's already indicted. I don't think you know already. But if Johnny wasn't indicted, he would already be out of jail right now. So there's a 90% chance that Johnny got indicted for that. And that means he'll be in jail for at least another 2 months. That's not funny. Oh, and now y'all gonna start calling me a rat. Y'all gonna start calling me a rat. All right, bro.
Oh boy, well, F and chat for Johnny. I mean, he made his own bed, and it seems like he's gonna be in there for some time.
The first day I got out of jail, I thought Johnny was gonna be getting out of jail as well. Believe it or not, I thought Johnny was gonna be getting out of jail with me, but that wasn't the case. I got first, you know what I'm saying, first day out, I got out of jail, and then Johnny, I asked the investigator, I'm like, yo, can you tell me if Johnny's gonna be getting out today as well? And they're like, you know what I'm saying, he's gonna be doing some time.
And Johnny's friend is clearly not happy with Johnny either.
Chat, y'all don't understand. Because of Johnny, I had to do an extra 23 days in jail. That's a lot of time, bro. But yeah, after they told me Johnny was gonna be still in jail, they told me to take Johnny's. Bro, can y'all believe how ridiculous the police is here? They told me to take Johnny's stuff. Like, what the They told me to take his bags. Bro, I had 4 or 5 bags on me when I left the jail. Bro, I'm trying to figure out what is wrong with this system here. Because this is not okay. Bro, they told me to that's what I'm saying. It's over for this. If they told me to take his clothes, this is never getting out of jail. Bro, they're making an example out of this chat. This is never getting out, bro. They told me to take this clothes, bro. He's never getting out of jail.
I would assume that means he's not getting out anytime soon. I've never heard of that before where someone else actually takes your stuff. I thought you picked that up when you got out of jail. If you are Japanese, let me know in the comments if that's a common practice there. Do I sympathize with him though? No, I don't. This style of content should not be accepted. And it seems like Japan's now gonna throw the book at him.
Are you still in Japan? I cannot disclose that right now. I'm sorry, chat, but it's still hot right now, chat. I cannot answer that question if I am still in Japan or not.
I don't know. It might seem like this guy's going to be a witness in the Johnny Somali trial. Who knows, though? This is all speculation.
Because, chat, you got to realize, bro, we're getting pressed by cops every single day, 3-4 times a day. It was bound to happen, bro. One of us was bound to get arrested. Johnny had it coming, bro. Chat, you cannot lie. Johnny had this coming. He was getting pressed by cops every single day, bro.
But it seems like Japan actually taught him a lesson.
God, I don't want to say this, bro. I really don't want to say this, but I want to be honest with you guys. As far as IRL goes, chat, I am making my statement today. I will no longer be streaming IRL in Japan.
He also gives some sort of reasoning here.
But if you guys knew how hard the police were on my, how many videos they had of me and Johnny, how many stories they had of me and Johnny, if y'all knew how badly they researched us, you would know it is not safe to stream in Japan anymore. It's not safe anymore, bro.
And apparently everyone stopped streaming in Japan now as well.
Bro, I mean, look at all the other IRL streamers. Is anybody else streaming in Japan? Sus is never going back to Japan. Homeless, I'm pretty sure, is probably never streaming in Japan again. Show quit. I don't know where the show went. Show disappeared. Show never came back. I don't know what happened to him. He streamed one time with Johnny and that disappeared. Swimmer Nick got banned.
But then he was asked, when will Johnny be free?
When is Johnny going to be free? That's something you have to ask his lawyer. Because I have no clue. My guess would be 2-ish to 6 months. He might be out of jail. But even then, is he going to want to stream That's another question we gotta talk about, chat. 2 to 6 months. Are you gonna want to stream after that? Is his career? Y'all think Johnny's gonna come out of jail ready to stream? I don't know. Even if Johnny gets out of jail, they're going to immediately deport his. I promise you guys, Johnny is probably going to be banned from Japan, bro.
Well, it seems like Johnny won't be out anytime soon. I do feel like once he's released, he'll be back at it again, doing the same antics, just not in Japan. Because yeah, sure, he might be sorry while he's in jail, but as soon as he's released and he's surrounded by his yes men in the chat, essentially just rooting for his own downfall, he's probably going to get back into his old roots fairly quickly. But clearly Japan is really cracking down on influencers who break laws for content there, because remember Phidias? We actually covered him a couple weeks ago because he was hitchhiking and freeloading off of the trains and essentially stealing train tickets and bus tickets and so on. Well, apparently the Japanese police are now charging him, but Phidias is already out of Japan, so I'm not really sure what's gonna happen there. Phidias might actually not even be able to return to Japan without the fear of him getting arrested. So it really seems like Japan's taking out the trash. Good for them.